When I look at the characters of Helluva Boss and Hazbin Hotel, I don't know what it is, but something about them just makes me want to draw them different. Just maybe draw them a little different from how they look right now. Well, for some characters, not all of them. Sometimes I'll look at a character and get frustrated because the design is interesting but just doesn't seem to fit its own context. Queen Bee, or Beelzebub, from episode 8 of the YouTube animated series Helluva Boss, made by Vivziepop, is one of those characters that I liked the design of, but still thought it needed a few tweaks for it to be something I personally would be able to animate without throwing myself off of a tall building. This character is meant to be an embodiment of the sin of gluttony, and so some of her design is based off of that premise, mainly the gooey lava lamp adjacent substance that fills her stomach and incinerates anything that she consumes. Sounds neat to me. Her design has two other main points, one being the pun of Bee from Beelzebub, and the other is the fact that she's meant to reference a popular animated music video the creator of the show made a long time ago. I like to keep the intention of the character in mind when I redesign them. However, personally, I would choose to lean more heavily towards the Bee theme while just leaving enough that people are able to pick up on the reference. It doesn't need to be spelled out for the fans who have seen the music video. There was a lot I liked about this design, and I made sure to keep those bits in, like the antenna design of her ears and her eyelashes, some of the heart motif, and the general sort of skeleton of her design so she's still easily recognizable. Being a person who draws cartoon insects more than anything else, I added in a lot of bug parts that I thought would fit and look visually interesting. In order to keep her second set of arms the same size as the first set, I elongated her torso and replaced her fox paws with more bug-like feet with darker coloration. I made her wings larger, and changed the lava lamp quality of her hair and tail to look more honey-like. I also made a few minor changes, like making her nose a hexagon to reference honeycombs. The most obvious change might be the part going on her chest and neck area, because I decided to add a bee tongue sticking out from under her chin. I just think it fits the idea of a gluttony demon for me more than a rainbow fox furry girl does, to give her a bit of a weird creepiness like that, and I think it looks cool. Then a lot of it was figuring out what I thought was unnecessary, meaning bits of the design that don't improve it by virtue of being there and or just make it harder to animate for no reason, like her many patterns and extra hair, but I made sure to keep her little black flame crown. Almost all of the people I've shown this design to so far remarked that they haven't even noticed the black flame crown existed until they saw my design, because of how busy the hair was. The colors were the hardest part, but also probably the most important. The character's sort of debut moment is a song called Cotton Candy, and her original design includes a lot of pink and blue, so I didn't want to just completely remove the pink and blue from her design, so that would kind of ruin the song. So I made sure to add in those colors wherever I could. I have some experience drawing hair made of honey, so I didn't find that too difficult. This drawing is a bit more rendered than what I would expect from an animation though. If she was animated, she would have less gradient and shading and more solid color. I just don't like it that much when people draw wings super small on a character usually, because I just love it when wings are a big part of the design. Otherwise it feels like they're using magic to fly, not their wings, so what's the point of even having them? I went back and forth on her clothes a little, but I decided that she needs to at least have some kind of shorts or bikini bottom going on so she's not completely naked. She's allowed to be topless though, she's a party girl. I tend to watch this show because it fascinates me on a level, but I have to say, this character was the main redeeming part of this episode for me. She's interesting as a character and her animation was very nice to look at. You won't hear me complimenting the character writing of that show very often. I feel like the episode itself was focused on this character more than anything else, and even more than one way, especially since whenever the plot tried to refocus on the actual main character, I always found her behavior kind of jarring and nonsensical, like the context of the episode was happening inside of her head instead of on the screen. I'm pretty happy with this, though of course I'm sure I would still make some changes with time. Let me know what you think, if you have any thoughts, and tell me if you want to see more redesigns in the future, because I like making them. Thank you!